Luke 1:37, KJV. For with God nothing shall be impossible. Short verse, big thunder, the kind that rattles your doubts off the shelf. This line is spoken into a very human moment. Mary has just been told something that completely breaks the laws of biology, logic, and common sense. An angel explains how God will act, and then drops this simple sentence like a divine mic drop. For with God, nothing shall be impossible. Notice what it does not say. It does not say, with enough faith, you can do anything. It does not say, if you try harder, God will owe you a miracle. It says something much deeper and much more comforting. The impossible is not your responsibility, it is God's. That matters a lot today, because modern life is full of very polished impossibilities. Some of them look like a relationship that seems permanently broken, a child situation you cannot fix no matter how much you love, financial pressure that keeps tapping you on the shoulder at 3 a.m, emotional wounds that prayer, effort, and time have not magically erased, or a future that feels blocked, closed, frozen. We often read Luke 1:37 as a motivational poster. God speaks it as a promise. There is also something extremely gentle hidden in the wording. With God. Not without you, but also not because of you. God does not wait for perfect faith, perfect strength, or perfect stability. Mary did not suddenly become fearless, she became available. And that is huge for today. So many believers quietly think, if I were stronger, God could work. If I were less tired, God could move. If I were less broken, God would use me. Luke 1:37 quietly corrects that thinking. God is not limited by your emotional capacity, your medical reports, your past, your family history, your current exhaustion, or your complicated life. Yes, even the messy parts you would rather not put on a prayer request. Here is the uncomfortable but beautiful truth. God specializes in situations where human solutions are exhausted, not because he enjoys the struggle, but because that is exactly the place where his power becomes visible. In today's world, we worship control. We manage, schedule, optimize, plan, ensure, track, and predict almost everything. And still, life slips through our fingers. Luke 1:37 does not invite you to deny reality. It invites you to refuse to let reality have the final word. There is also a quiet hope for waiting seasons hidden here. The verse does not say when God will act, only that impossibility does not disqualify your situation from his involvement. That is deeply relevant when your prayers feel slow, when healing feels delayed, when reconciliation seems far away, and when you love someone deeply, but the future is still unanswered. God is not standing on the edge of your life saying, let me know when this becomes realistic. He steps straight into the place you call impossible and says, this is exactly where I work best. And yes, let us be honest for a moment. Sometimes we read this verse and secretly think, okay, Lord, but this one is really impossible. As if God leans back and says, ooh, that one? Yeah, that is a tough one for me. Spoiler alert, he does not. Luke 1:37 is not meant to put pressure on you to believe harder. It is meant to give your tired heart permission to breathe. If God could bring life into Mary's impossible situation, he is not confused by yours. So today, maybe the most faithful response is not heroic faith. Maybe it is something much quieter. Holding your situation up to God and whispering, I do not see how, but you do. And that is enough. Because with God, not with your strength, not with your timing, and not with your perfect circumstances, nothing shall be impossible.